Yo, YouTube, what is going on? I know I said I was going to have that thing finished. I will. But just as a safety precaution to give myself the most amount of time, we're going to do a reaction video. Now, this is not all the reason as to why I do reactions. I genuinely do have things that I like to react to. I don't know why some of my hair is on my lip though. But let's jump up into I believe this is Novely again. Yep. We'll like the video after. But why everyone hates Faze Banks? Let's jump up into this.
All miscommunicated, all out of control.
And I appreciate you, but brother, I'm good off that.
So recently, Faze Banks and Adin Ross have all of a sudden stopped being cool after a fallout publicly happening on Twitter, leading to them having to get on stream to clear up everything that went on because the backlash was so intense that it led Faze Banks not only step away from the internet, but also step away from Faze Clan for what seems like indefinitely. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so let's start from the very beginning with how this all started in the first place. This all started with Faze Banks' message inside of a group chat. Adin Ross this up. This community dumped on him buying, used him as an exit liquidity. His ego got hurt, blamed Frank. Him and Frank got into it privately. Adin despises Frank and spins and drives a narrative about Frank selling. Somehow this falls on me and threads to farm the whole situation, spin it into me selling and dumping coins. When I ran the thing up from 3 mil to 200 mil organically, top blasted multiple times, invested a ton of money and never ever sold. The only bad actor in this entire thing is Adin, point blank period. To be honest, I'm not really that much into crypto, so when I first saw this, I was genuinely confused until you read the very last line where he pushes all of the blame for what's happening onto Adin Ross, basically saying that he caused a rug pull, which is just something that causes a lot of people to lose a lot of money while the person who actually rugged gains all the money that those people lost. It's genuinely sad. And
you know what's so crazy about this? So we heard streamers like Jack Doherty and all these other guys, and even Top G, Andrew Tate himself, coming out to do a rug pull, and it's just like, yo, when you hear all that kind of stuff, I'm not gonna tell you guys to just distrust crypto. I'm sure there's a lot of investment in crypto, and if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This gives a bad look, especially for people who are following these streamers who, oh man, he just, oh sorry. Oh man, he just launched a coin to do this. He just, oh, man. If y'all see me out here talking about crypto, I officially sold out, guys. Like, if I actually come out, I'm like, yo, I got my own coin here, and isn't it? I don't even blame y'all for not even supporting that kind of jazz. But if you do want to support, leave a like for the channel, sub, and share this video with somebody, and drop your comments in the comment section below. Let's get
very deplorable behavior. And Faze Banks,
hello,
putting that all on Adin Ross is going to make a bunch of people turn heads and be genuinely confused. And what a lot of people first thought when they saw this was, it's obviously got to be fake. There is no reason that these two, who are in a cool relationship or even business partners on different fronts, would go out of their way to talk bad about each other for no real reason, and apparently it even being behind Adin's back. Yet we got a tweet from Adin Ross just a couple minutes later explaining that not only is this real, but he is also distraught that someone he considered a friend would talk about him like this behind his back. The bank screenshot is real. Saddest. If you guys think that MLG being rugged was me, I'm sorry to tell you it wasn't. There's a reason the entire house is silent. Truth will come out eventually. I'm just more hurt on the fact that someone I call my brother is behind my back.
Hey man, that goes with anything, bro. That goes with a relationship. Likewise a friendship. That goes with family members. Now, I'm fortunate enough that my family members, even if there is something that happens between us, we're always able to keep it cordial, talk things out, see each other at family events and have a great time. Even in some of my friendships, like I'd say, like I have some genuine friends that we don't always have to see each other all the day, but we're locked in like this. But in terms of like a relationship aspect, that's something you can't really control, because people could put up the best front ever. People can tell you what you want to hear, and ultimately speaking, man, it does hurt really bad when you have to sit there and kind of sulk and everything, or you have to just see the, see the impact. And like how Adin is kind of saying, it's like, bro, they were probably real cool, And here it is now out of nowhere. Not only are you putting my name under the mud, you're telling everybody so that I can look like a big bad guy. But in this continuity, it's just like, damn, you know? And that's kind of something that I would like to say, yeah, man. When you really look at it and you try to make reason and sense out of why they did what they did, that it's like, oh my God, like you had to have hated me. And it was the fact that you were next to me, like probably hanging out, like how they were on stream, we're kicking it, we're doing, wow. Especially in terms of relationships, when you have that intimate level with somebody, you open up about things, or you say this, you say that, and then you see that they choose something else, or completely, like someone or something completely else over you and all that stuff, man. That realization when it comes in, it's just like, golly. Like, wow. And you're going to try to tell me that this isn't hate?
Now, obviously, when being accused of a rug pull and basically scamming your fans and other people, you're going to deny it. And that's what Adin does. And the sadder part about it is he even makes a point to point out the fact that Banks is someone he considered a close friend, a brother, and is now all of a sudden hearing that he's talking bad about him and even saying that he caused millions of people to lose a lot of money. It genuinely must be heartbreaking. And that being on the timeline, his community along with others were attacking not only Faze Banks but also Faze as a whole. And it seemed like a lot of people were misrepresenting the situation because we don't even really have the full details of what's happening. It's just he said, she said. And that's what caused Faze Banks' most recent tweet on the situation before they actually hopped on a stream together. I've never scammed anyone a day in my life. The entire narrative.
So Novely be saying it for real. See, in his Hulk Hogan video, when I like watched the reaction after the fact, I think he was saying those things, those N-words, but then he bleeps it out. So that's interesting, Novely. All right, we're on you.
Is unfair, and part of the reason it exists is because my Faze name is so easily farmed and manipulated. The fact this is affecting the guys at all is whack. So for the time being, I'm gonna be stepping away from not only Faze but all this internet. It's destroying my life inside and out. Sucks my entire life gets ruined over something I didn't even do. The real ones know. I wish I could say I'll be back, but I really don't know if I will.
Bro, that's peak, like, you know, when you've had enough of social media and things like that. What I'll say about that, remember what Kyrie Irving said when he said, like, one cause of human suffering is wanting to be liked by everybody, and it's true. Especially when you're like a good person or you want to have that image of being good. If you sit back and you're always, whether it's people, like I said, friendships, relationships, family members, there's always people coming after you, like painting you in the worst limelight possible. I had this happen to me coming out of high school, because here it is, I thought I had made amends with everybody, and I actually had a friend who, I'm glad we're able to talk about it now, but there were some nasty things going about me, and I didn't even know it. And it was so crazy because it's like, here it is, I'm out here ha ha hee hee in everybody's face, kicking it, oh man, you know, we're so cool. And meanwhile, my efforts did not mess with me, and they were talking crazy. Like, I'm talking about they blocked me on social media, or at that time I'd like deactivate my account, or I'd delete my account or whatever, and then they're going on their close friends, and they are blasting me. They're like, oh, I'm obsessed. Oh, I'm, you know, they're so much better than me. They're this, they're that. And if somebody watches this, I'm not talking about you, and you know that you're also another person who'd be like, oh, I'm obsessed. But this happened in high school, and it was just like, when I found it out, I felt so crazy about it, and I had to take a step back from Instagram. It's the real reason why I stopped my content page so young. Like, I had a content page, I used to do skits, a whole bunch of stuff, and I probably would have blew up sooner, but because of all the noise and all this going on, and my image to people, it was like, I want to separate from that, especially as a man. Like, I want to be funny, don't get me wrong, and it's even in some of my Instagram names and TikTok names, but it's like, at the same time, I want females and people, you know, who don't know me to see me be like, man, this is this jokester clown dude. Like, I want to have some masculinity, and like, hey, this is a cool, genuine guy, and all this and that going on about himself. So you start to struggle with that identity thing, and it's like, man, I got to take a step back from this, or take a step back from that. So
now this move not only affecting Faze Banks and Adin's relationship, but now also Faze Clan as a whole, had a lot of people wondering what he was going to say when he appeared on Adin's stream. And unfortunately, that stream didn't happen the day these tweets came out. But at the time of me making this, there were multiple clips going around of what actually occurred when Faze Banks got to talk his piece with
Imagine being able to build
we got an
anything,
ad.
for any reason,
Thursday's coming
in
back.
any
I'm
style.
going to go ahead and
Adin.
set it all up. I can set up the premium now, but nah.
Where it's like I'm scamming. It makes shit look weird between me and you. Me and you get on the phone. You tell me over and over, I know you're not scamming. I know you're not scamming. But then these clip pages are posting, Banks is scamming, Banks is scamming. Bro, this thing spirals to the point where I fall for bait. I post in this fucking chat a version of series of events, and you read it. It was a fucking whack-ass message. I should have just called you again. But I just feel like the story and all the details of it haven't been properly represented, and everybody involved feels that way. And it's just like, let's just talk about it. Let's just openly talk about what the fuck happened.
I mean,
That's what everybody wants to know. Everybody thinks there's some fucking weird underlying shit. The truth is, you're right. Why this is a conversation right now is 100% my fault, and I own that. Because I fucking fell for some bait in a fucking thing. But I'm sorry, it's hard when every single day you're getting told you scammed one of your best homies, and it's fucking, like, you know what I'm saying?
So the reason that you snaked somebody that was known to be your brother is because you got upset at clipping pages
Bro, at this point in time, Nobly, bro, and this stock footage here, when does this become animal abuse? The thing clearly wants you to pull on the guy's tail to defeat the enemy. You over here just beating his ass. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? But with that Banks thing, yeah, it sounds like he's being overwhelmed by a lot of the social media pressures, and we're human beings, guys. We're people. And if you get up on the internet, I don't care like how tough or how whatever you think you are. Like, look at some of these guys who are whatever, like, you know, oh man, I do content. Let their audience turn on them. Let all them boys start coming out like bashing them, and then them boys drop from being like 100K or whatever down to being 0. That will literally kill those people. Like, that pressure and all that stuff like that is serious, man. Like, we're human beings, and all that praise can turn into hate real fast, man. So I'm not excusing what he did there, but like I said, it just sounds like he got overwhelmed in that instance, and he started making some really radical decisions.
representing the situation, which is what a lot of clipping pages do nowadays. It just seems like pure cope. And honestly, Adin Ross did say he's going to forgive him, which is pretty crazy to me. But overall, I could understand the frustration that he's coming from. Being mad at people misrepresenting it and making it seem like you and other people around you are scammers when that may not be the case would be pretty annoying, but I don't think the right course of actions would then to go after someone that you hold a high regard and then put all the blame on them. Because now you're no better than those clipping pages. And while those clipping pages are random people that have no real association with you, this is someone you're actually close with and care about, and yet you're just pointing the finger at them and basically shifting all the blame that was on you onto them when you know that's not really the case. It just seems very disrespectful if you ask me.
And to be fair, I've been fucking dragged and my character's been murdered the last 2 days. All these clipping channels, my shit just being farmed into the fucking ground to the point where the boys are so stressed about it that I'm publicly stepping away from Faze, bro. 15 years in Faze, and I took this shit out of my name because I don't want any of it to affect anybody. I don't care. I don't make videos. I don't stream. I don't give a fuck. But like, bro, that's heavy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it all stemmed from that message. So I guess that's what I deserve for fucking being... You know what I mean? Like, honestly, what I did was on some snake shit. I'm throwing you under the bus. I'm a hypocrite.
Unfortunately, even with him taking the name Faze out of his name, Banks is a big part of it. So if people are still going to associate Faze with him, I just feel like this, again, it just feels like air hope. Really, because a lot of stuff he's talking about happens to every single influencer under the sun. And even at the end of it, himself admits he did some snake activities. So it's not like people are just out here attacking him for no reason. Yes, maybe in the past, certain things that you did weren't that great. Like, this isn't even the first time he's had scammer allegations. So when it comes out again that you're not only talking behind your man's back, but also it's because you may be scamming people. Yes, a lot of people are gonna go to you and be like, well, he's done this in the past, create entire threads, YouTube commentary videos, TikTok commentary videos, talking about all the bad stuff that you've done, because it's not surprising, especially when you have a history of things like this. I can understand wanting to step away from the guys in Faze because it has nothing to do with them, but I don't want him to just sit here and feel like this is all unjust and out of nowhere, when again, he does have a pattern of doing this, and he was openly exposed talking behind his man's back. And let's not act like that doesn't affect Adin, because at the beginning of this live stream, he literally talked about how he was upset about this. This isn't just some random person again. This is somebody he considers his brother who helped him from the jump, talking bad about him.
Why are you sad? Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? Somebody that you are very close with, you would consider, right? You wake up and you just see that they're talking about you to a group chat. You're gonna be happy? Like real shit.
And then he said to a group chat, he's not lying, bro. And it goes beyond just a group chat. Like, it could be even to family members and friends. Because that's the real death of someone. Like, I'd say that. Like, if you really want to do a hit piece on somebody, just tell it to your family members and friends. Start making them hate that individual, and it is over. Like, that's it. It's like, yeah, that guy. And now, instead of them, of course, listening and saying, oh, well, you know, maybe you're overreacting, or because they like you, you're more than likely a nephew, a niece, a brother, a sister, you know, a child or somebody that they know. They're more likely to reside with you than it is this other person. And that's why the Bible literally says, like, slandering somebody is the equivalent of murder. Like, because you kill that person, not only in your heart, but in other people's hearts and minds. And that's why you're not supposed to go around here telling this, telling that, and all that other stuff. It's good. So I understand Adin's point of view.
Shit though, chat. You're gonna be happy? You're just gonna be, it's gonna feel like Christmas.
You know, you're just gonna...
No, bro. Because Banks is not a bad dude. I don't hate Banks. He changed my life, for God's sake. And I'm always gonna get flowers. He did some dirty shit to me. The DM shit was dirty. It was grimy as fuck. Is that what you got?
Oh my gosh. Is it really like this? No, but that is true. You start hooping out of nowhere. Your phone was the driest phone ever. Now everybody's hitting you up.
You guys really want to hear?
That is what a lot of people wanted to hear, purely because Adin Ross has a history of being taken advantage of by grimy people all the time. While you might feel like Faze Banks is a good person and you really like him, that's cool. He's done a lot of cool stuff for the community, but at the end of the day, you can tell this thing that he's doing right here is terrible. Someone you consider your brother is talking behind your back in a group chat, and you're just automatically gonna forgive them. Obviously, I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but to a lot of people that are looking from the outside, that is insane to instantly just be okay with it, especially when he's also affecting a lot more people than just you. He's affecting the entire Faze clan by doing this, and the fact that he even feels comfortable doing this at all is insane. And Adin already has a history of being taken advantage of by a lot of people, with Playboy Cardi basically scamming him, 21 Savage coming in his face and scamming him as well. And even when this MLG stuff first happened, he literally lost money instantly in front of all of their faces. All the people that are supposed to be helping him are around here laughing at the fact that he just lost money investing into MLG to begin with.
Just listen.
Dude, can I talk about that?
Talk about what?
Why am I down money?
Because people are using you to sell. People are using your buy as like a spot to sell.
I'm down 12 grand.
It's okay.
It'll go up.
People have been expecting this moment all day. Again, we're retarded.
Right, now you're the butt of the joke. That's never a good feeling, guys. When you're the butt of the joke in the group, like you're that one friend, they all get everybody laughing at your ass. Nah, bro. And then you sitting up in there just, them niggas ain't your friends, bro. But, you know, to each his own. There is something said, or something called friendly trash talk and stuff like that, but...
So a lot of people bought MLG probably today, expecting you were going to buy it, and using the event if you're buying it to sell it. But it's fine, again.
That you got your heart shattered in a million pieces by a female. He's like, yes! So boy, I was telling you this shit, bro. Like, he might be a real homeboy, but like, still, the way how them boys could get down and dirty, me clowning, hey, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that. You got to. Anyways,
this is something that we're all positioned in for good reasons. There's a lot of reasons to be excited about a position like MLG.
A bunch of people around Adin Ross laughing at the fact he is losing money on MLG. Doesn't really give the most trustworthy vibes if you ask me personally, but that's all up to Adin Ross. If he truly wants to believe Banks and believe that what he is doing is fair and it was all miscommunication, he can do that. But he has to know that other people don't have to agree, like the communities and even people that will surround him saying that Banks does this all the time, especially with his retirement. He's already had allegations of scamming, but when it comes to stepping away from the internet, Banks has done that 1,000 times as well. It seems like this is just another time he's going to do it, specifically saying he's doing that to help out with the new Faze clan that he built, and he doesn't want to affect them at all, which he also talked about on Adin's live stream.
You should try. I feel like you shouldn't go off the internet. I feel like you should explain yourself.
No, brother, I love you, and I love. See, even in the midst of bullshit, and you do have a great heart. And like, this was genuinely, whether it was between you and Frank, personal bullshit, this was just some shit that just spiraled completely out of control. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, bro. All of this is out of control. I agree.
100%.
All miscommunicated, all out of control.
And I appreciate you, but brother,
draining.
I'm good off that. Like I came out the cut to help bring the Faze shit back. I think we did that. I'm good. These boys got it from here, and I'm 33 years old. I don't have a fucking kid. I'm a bum by everybody else's standards, so I'm gonna just focus on that.
This entire thing just seems like a rinse and repeat process every time a new crypto type scam comes out. It was the same thing with the Octua coin. It's the same thing with the Save the Kids. Every single time a new coin comes out and an influencer is out here promoting it, once it goes belly up and bad, they all just say they need time to themselves to disappear, which is genuinely sad to see, especially when people keep on falling for this. It just shows these influencers really do not care about you. These big influencers that are worried about only making money.
Yo, let me tell you, some of these influencers off camera, like in their actual lives, the way that they treat people. Y'all remember when CJ So Cool had them allegations? Now, this is a long time ago, and this was like when I was, I think, still in high school and stuff like that. When you start to hear some of the things that these streamers be doing, and even like the fall off of Pretty Boy Fuedo and all these other dudes, like, yeah, man. And even when it came down to certain YouTubers, you guys remember Tobuscus and all these other guys? Like, that's who I was watching, and I was just like, wow, like, he did this, he did. Bro, these are human beings at the end of the day. Real life. These streamer dudes will steal your girl or smash her, or whatever the hell behind closed doors. This streamer guy, if he had the chance to choose him over you, he'd choose him, man. Now, whether or not they're wrong for doing that is debatable, but still, man, don't think for 1 second, bro, that these people would not. That's just what I was talking about with that little scam thing. So I'm not gonna get too much into it, but let's just say a person, a female, who is got a pretty good amount of following. We were supposed to do a type of collab, and I paid money for it, for a deposit. And I won't even say it's a collab. It was something that was going to happen in person, and she's running off with the money now. And it's like, come on. But, hey, whatever.
We're trying to do whatever they can to do that. Need more and more stock you put into them, because the more and more parasocial people get, it just seems like this thing is going to happen over and over and over again, to the point where they're even taking advantage of people they say are literally close to them and are supposed to be a brotherhood, and it genuinely sucks. Now, obviously, I didn't dive too much into the crypto stuff. I'll put some links into some other videos if you want to really understand how it was affected in the crypto scene. I just want to go over these specific stream clips because I feel like that's a little bit more interesting. But if you do want to understand the crypto side of things, don't worry, just check my description. There will be a couple of videos that dive into it deeply. Unfortunately, I feel like this is just another example of an influencer using his power to take advantage of not only his audience but also the people around him, which happens way too often nowadays. And if people want to give Faze Banks bail, I guess they can, but at the end of the day, you don't need to do that. He did a scummy thing, and you can call that out. But that's just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do that would be the comment.
Alright, so that's the end of the Noli video. Let's make sure that we like it, like how you guys should have liked this video already. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. I will have that gameplay edited. I'm not going to say that's to win, because my bad, I'm talking too fast. All this other crap is going on, but I'm going to try to have that video edited up for y'all, because I would love that, and then the other stuff to put on my TikTok, because I think it's pretty funny. But, yeah. See y'all next time. Hope everything goes well with y'all. Hope y'all don't have to stress or any of these other cares of life, and that you don't have to be snaked by people like Faze Bank or a loved one or anything of that nature. Yeah. Peace.